All right, recording again. We're live.
All right,
I
all
see the
right.
audio this time.
Yeah, let's
All
just
right.
pretend that never happened.
Yeah, we'll pretend it never happened. We'll pretend
Never
it never
happened.
happened.
First time. This is the first try,
First,
actually.
first try.
Yeah,
First
first
try.
try.
Okay.
First take. First take.
First take. Yeah, first
First
take.
take.
We fucked up our first take, man. Hello, Alphas on deck. We're hoping to promote a respectful environment and want to remind everyone that the opinions we express in this content does not invalidate any of your own. We may make jokes, poke fun, even roast one another, and it's all in the name of having a good time. So if you have anything you want to say, whether you agree or disagree, put it down in comments down below. And of course, please keep it respectful. We're not trying to start any fandom wars here. Hello. Welcome to the first episode of the Alphas on Deck podcast. I'm your host, Adeno. With me, I have my co-host, Mr. AJ. Go ahead and introduce
Hello.
yourself.
I am the co-host. I'm glad that you invited me over here. And yeah, we have a special guest right now. Would you please introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, guys? The first-time listeners on the Alphaz on Deck podcast. It's your boy Nick Dano from the Nick Dano YouTube channel. I'm just a plain old SG reactor,
Plain
and
old.
I'm here with the boys, chatting it up on the first episode. It's gonna be
The
something
first
great.
episode.
First episode.
Yeah. And we just want to address that it is Dano, not
Yes,
Dano.
Nick Dano. I need to preface this because meeting my viewers in the past, they would come to me saying, "Oh my God, Nick Dano!" I'm like, "It's not Nick Dano. It's Nick Dano. I know the spelling is Nick Dano, but
Is it
it's Nick Dano. Sorry to break it to you."
I've heard it both ways. It's just yeah. But now we
I
know
mean,
for
okay,
sure.
But truthfully, though, before you heard it now here, what did you say? How did you say it in your head?
I said Dano in my head.
I said Dano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dano?
Dano.
I never heard that
Dano.
one before.
Dano.
But yeah, you guys heard it here first. Officially, I am Nick Dano. I almost forgot
Dano.
it. Nick
Yeah.
Dano. Nick Dano.
Nick Dano. Nick Dano. Nick Dano. Nick Dano.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick Dano.
Okay. All right. So Nick, let's tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into XG, how you started your YouTube channel. You've been on YouTube for quite some time and kind of resurrected your channel with XG content.
Yeah, so my YouTube career has been pretty dang long. I started when I was a literal baby, 15 years to be exact, or 15 years old to be exact. I started when I was a freshman in high school. Um, it started off on the love of SNSD, Girls' Generation. For you guys who don't know, they are a second generation K-pop girl group, and I was just flipping through the channels on cable and going deep into the channels. I stumbled across their O music video, and after that, it was just a roll of K-pop love, K-pop listening, and in 2018, that's when SNSD stopped releasing content, and that's when my channel also stopped. So it was a really long hiatus up until I found out about XG's Shooting Star on the radio, and now I am here. My channel is revitalized, reacting to XG content, and I'm all for it.
Wait, so you caught SNSD on cable, like
Yeah,
in America?
Yeah, it was actually crazy. It was super crazy because
What?
Wow.
yeah, because usually when you're like flipping through the channels, like in the 500s, you see some like
You
weird
see
stuff.
some, you see some weird
Yeah.
stuff, man.
You see some weird stuff, and this was definitely weird just because it was the first time me seeing this type of thing. But it was just like eye catching, like seeing all of these idols dancing and singing and so colorful, really catching my attention. And I was 15, bro. I was like, it was a whole new world in my eyes, and it definitely
sure.
caught me. Yeah.
That's interesting. What did you guys just have like the Korean channels or something? Like you had like Korean dramas and stuff?
It was actually KBS World. It was a
Oh.
thing. It was a thing back then. They had a I'm not sure if it's a thing right now, as of right now, but KBS had a channel on cable, and they were broadcasting KBS World. So they were like putting out dramas, music shows, Korean news,
Oh.
and
Is
that's
it
how
like
we
a
got exposed.
California thing maybe?
I honestly don't know.
Because like
mean,
I didn't get any of that. I'd struggled to get Disney Channel, man.
Oh dang. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, but
Yeah.
it happened for the best.
Yeah, so you've been on YouTube for quite some time. What you said you listened to Shooting Star on the radio, right? So
Yes.
how was that like listening to it the first time? Were you just like amazed or?
Oh, dude, I was certainly amazed. Like when I was listening to it, I heard the announcer saying that, okay, we're playing XG Shooting Star, and let me tell you, like I was completely distant from like Asian music. Like I was just listening to regular old R&B and hip hop at the time. So when this came on the radio, listening to the song, like these girls singing in English, I had no idea that these girls were Japanese, and without even knowing that, I was actually digging the song, no matter what ethnicity they were, where they were from. I really loved the song, and I searched up who they were when I got home, and I found out they were a 7-member girl group based in Korea from Japan. You know the whole deal.
Yeah, the whole deal, the whole deal.
You
You have to
whole deal.
explain the whole thing. Every new
Yeah.
person you meet, you're like, ah, they're 7-member Japanese girl group.
Uh, yeah, I was 100% amazed. It was super good, dude. Still to this day, my favorite XG song. Super iconic. Um, just caught me off guard.
Ooh, dang, that's crazy. I heard Left Right on the radio here. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Wow.
it was interesting. I was like, whoa, we're making moves. Yeah, it was, it was during a good time too. I didn't know that it was XG at the time either. I found out later. I was like,
Oh.
oh wow, that was XG. Wow.
Mm. Oh
Yeah.
wait, so you knew about XG, but you didn't know that was their song, or?
Well, no, I didn't know it was XG.
Oh,
Like,
you
I
know.
listened
Oh,
to the
okay,
song
okay.
first, and then like months later, I discover XG,
Mm.
Mm.
and then I'm like, wait, that song was XG. Because
My
like I liked
God.
the song back then, but I never like looked up who it was or anything.
You
Now
never
it's
like
like one of my favorite
Shazammed it.
songs. Yeah, no, I never. Maybe my phone, my phone like auto Shazam stuff sometimes. So like I could have done that, but it was just weird. I was like, whoa.
I feel like that's the story for a lot of alphas. Like they stumble across their songs in that type of surprising way. Like
Yeah,
they're not looking for it. The
You're not looking
song
for
finds
it.
them.
It finds them.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I
crazy.
found XG through like the algorithm, just searching up just related videos, right? Because
Hmm.
before I was listening to New Jeans before, and that was just
Yeah.
me like starting listening to K-pop. And why are you laughing?
You know why?
Well, I don't know why. I want to know.
So this whole year for me was just me like deciding like, oh, I'm gonna go deep into what it is, like what's K-pop all about, right? So the first group I chose was New Jeans, and then from there on, I think 2 months in, that's when I discovered XG through like related videos on YouTube, and
Mhm.
from then on, I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was laughing because on his Twitch channel he used to have an emote where he did the oh my god dance or the OMG dance from New Jeans.
Okay,
And he
okay.
removed it because of
It's not-
me because I kept spamming
Oh,
it.
It doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist. I should have saved it. I should have saved it.
You had a chance, man.
Yeah, I kept spamming it everywhere.
All right.
right.
Big question for Nick actually.
Mhm.
So your bias is Hinata, right?
yes, 100% correct.
What made you choose your bias from the start?
Good question. Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, yo, this is weird because when I picked her as my bias, my little sister chimed in saying that I knew she was gonna be your bias. And
Oh.
until this day, I don't know why she's saying that. Maybe because my previous ultimate bias from Girls' Generation slash SNSD was Sunny, and she's also like the cute small member of the group. So maybe that's why she said that she knew Hinata was gonna be my bias. But I don't know. When I saw Shooting Star, the music video from Shooting Star for the first time, I don't know. She just stood out, dude. I don't know. Like,
Oh, that's the first person you see.
Yeah.
yeah,
in
maybe
that
that's
song.
why.
She
So like,
she
I
also has
just
like the killing, the dance move, like
Mhm.
the riding part. So
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why she's just the one who caught my eye for the first time, and my eyes just stuck ever since.
yeah. No, she's got the beauty shots and tippy toes too, like the
Mhm.
glammed up
Yeah,
shots. So
unfortunately, that's the only thing she got in the music video.
yeah, unfortunately, but I mean that was also not supposed to be their like real debut
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
So
that's a whole
Right,
other
right.
thing.
yeah, that's a whole different thing. We'll get into.
Yeah.
You're a big memer.
Oh yeah,
You're
professional
active in
memer.
the
Mhm.
XG communities. You post on the Alphaz app. You post a lot of edited pictures, you could say.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Was it like part of like just picking up on the community, or you just channeling your inner memer?
I mean, ever since I was just young, I was always very artistic.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, until this day, like even when it comes to friends and family, even the Discord now, like everyone knows if you guys post a picture, you guys better watch out because I will edit it. It's just all fun and games for me. I just love doing it. It just gives me a challenge just because you guys know how fast I edit those memes.
Yeah,
So
I was about
no,
to say
it's
real
scary.
fast,
It's
dude.
actually
It's
kind
real
of scary.
fast.
yeah, it's just more of like a pastime, fun time of mine. Just
Yeah,
all jokes, all
all
jokes,
jokes, all good, all good. I love it
all
actually.
good.
It's kind of scary how fast you are. That's the part that gets me the most. Is that like you'll post a picture and immediately it's like a 10 foot tall with 3 hinatas.
Yeah.
I like the challenge for sure.
Yeah, the 3 hinata tall meme came to be.
Mhm.
Yeah, you so like speaking of that, you did the famous like global ice cream thing during the, and you talked about this on your channel too. So
Yes.
like you met her during the meet and greet. So you planned out the whole thing kind of in advance, right?
Oh yeah, it was definitely something you needed to plan in advance because we all had 1 minute to be
Mm-hmm.
exact for the video calls.
Yeah.
And like I mean, on 1 minute sounds super short, but also sounds super long at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's because the nerves get to you.
Yeah.
And I said in my video, like, if I was granted 1 minute to speak with any of the girls, I don't think I would be able to hold the conversation just because, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would just be fanboying the whole time. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
instead of like doing the huge and asking them questions, I was like, I'm just gonna make this girl laugh, and
Mm-hmm.
it 100% worked. Super funny,
Yeah.
super funny stuff.
Yeah, I wish I could see that.
Yeah, I wish I
Yeah.
wish you could have like a recording of it, like yeah, at least for
Yeah.
yourself,
Mhm.
For
like.
yourself.
But we get why, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, their privacy is respected the most.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's
But
good actually. That's very good.
mhm.
Yeah.
But it was a mess. That 1 minute was a total mess. I had ice cream all over me.
You said
It
it
was a
was
total
leaking. You said it started leaking.
yeah. Once that bag started leaking while I was shaking, I was like, I'm already doing it. Why stop it now? The clock is ticking, so I have to commit.
I think things like that makes it a more like memorable experience for
For
her,
her, yeah, for her.
so because that kind of stands out from like
Because it's also
other
like,
people.
oh, this guy, like,
Yeah, like, oh man, not this guy.
oh, it's the guy who's yelling at me at KCON.
The funny thing is, she recognized the fan at least. I'm not sure if she
Yeah,
recognized my face, but she at least
the
recognized the
fan.
fan. I was like, oh
Yeah,
man, she definitely knows who I am.
that's good though. Be memorable is always good.
Mhm.
So like you've been to quite a few like events and everything for XG. Recently we've actually had like a lot of content that came out for XG. You've reacted to quite a lot of it. All of it actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I missed anything,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
I'm honestly props, man. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't. I have to like. I'd be like, I need my time. I need my XG time, man. So, but
I think I'm
you've
just so used to it that it's just like I'm becoming like robot mode. Not saying that I'm not a human or anything, but like once I actually drop something, I'm like, okay, just do the whole setting up, camera, record, and just watch. I mean, like most of the time, I forget that I'm actually recording. So you
oh,
guys are
that's good.
getting
That's good.
Wow.
the genuine reaction from me.
Yeah, I actually love watching your reactions, man.
Yeah, dude. That's really funny.
It's always like the editing's on point, and then your reactions are always like really animated and nice. So
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
it-
Once I edit those reactions and I upload it, I never look at it ever again. That's just
yeah,
I
no,
don't
keep it
rewatch them.
authentic.
Yeah, yeah. Keep it authentic, man.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't want to like second guess yourself and like try to change things up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But so far, it's been working, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
So
changed.
yeah. So Winter Without You came out. A lot of us didn't see this coming, right? Like it popped up out of nowhere. They're like, "Oh, we got a Christmas song." The teaser went up, crazy. XG went
Mm.
up, crazy. What do you guys think about Winter Without You? And like what kind of vibes do you get from it?
So for me, when they first announced the teaser, I was with other alphas within the OGA community, and yeah, when that dropped, it was pretty crazy because we just didn't expect that at all. Because it was like the second like surprise drop from the
Yeah.
showcase, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as soon as we saw the teaser, we started like automatically just well from my perspective, I was just thinking like this is most likely gonna be like some type of Christmas song or something because it's like the best way to just end this year off, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just it's just crazy when it actually did come out, and it's just we already knew that like they weren't gonna disappoint us at all. Like it's always everything they drop is always about like 100%.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Nick, you got anything?
Oh, I mean, I think the majority of XG content that we get literally comes out of the blue, and
Mhm.
we always ponder and think like, how did they do this? Like,
Yeah.
how are they releasing so many good things in a matter of time? And like, it's just so crazy to me because yeah, like we said, we did not expect Winter Without You, and when I even first heard that teaser, saw that teaser, I was shook, like 100% shook. I'm like, where did they in the time frame? Where did they do this?
Right.
Yeah. No.
And but then we later find out that they actually didn't they do it in like a music camp in LA during their
I
time,
I
I think that was like a
or what was
theory.
that? A theory? Oh, okay, okay,
It
okay.
was a theory because there was a group of people that was tagged within that time when they
Mhm.
were
they were
all
in LA.
like in the boot, like in secrecy, not in secrecy, but like there was like teasers on other people's socials that they're all like in a studio working on something, but we don't know what it is, right?
Mm.
Dang.
So that, yeah, people were assuming that's the song, given the people who were part of the song were on it.
Mhm.
So
Ah, okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
wow.
yeah, it's pretty
So,
crazy how like how far ahead they plan these things before they
Hmm.
drop it, right?
oh yeah.
It's
So wait, what
crazy
was it? A
because
puppet show. They revealed during the behind the scenes of puppet show that they had that song in the vault before even
Yeah,
them
yeah.
becoming XG, and
yeah,
No,
that's crazy. That's
that's
super
wild.
crazy.
Even in the like, if they did it during LA, they also did the other like multiverse music video in LA too. So
hmm
they were jam packed. Like we thought they were having fun and stuff, but they were working, man. They were going
Mhm.
crazy. That's insane.
Yep.
Makes that like them eating together video. It makes it that much better because it's like, oh wow, they're getting treated.
Oh
Yeah,
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 they get a little break.
get a little break.
yeah.
Winter Without You is probably one of my favorite songs this year, including like Shooting Star, Left, Right, all of them. Uh, it takes me back, man. It takes me back. It's not just like the nostalgia factor either. It's just a really good structured song.
hmm
Like
Mhm.
you think about like K-pop in general, sometimes it can be a bit wild, right? They
Mhm.
sometimes they don't have like bridges and like they like remove certain part elements of like a song and they kind of just are very creative with it. But Winter Without You is like the classic R&B slow song with the like a slow rap, man. Oh my god, I love slow rap. It's so good.
So good,
It's
so
so
good,
good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
so
It's so
good,
good.
so good. Oh man,
um,
speaking of this, y'all went
Oh
wild with the
yeah.
memes. Y'all went
yeah, it's so
wild with
good.
the memes.
Oh man. But yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to have that to end the year. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it, especially with the album recently come out, the mini album. So it was good to see. It was good to see. Um,
Yeah.
Something else that we had recently was the first take announcement, and we had the first one come out for Shooting Star.
Mhm.
Nick, you reacted to this.
Mhm.
You want to say anything about first take?
So honestly, this was the first time I actually heard about First Take when
Oh wow.
XGG released the news about them being on that channel. So it was definitely something new and fresh to my eyes, and I knew just by doing some research, a lot of people were actually waiting for XGG to be part of this channel because I think the channel has been going on for quite a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
And they were featuring a lot of popular Japanese artists, I think some Korean artists, and when I heard the news that XG was gonna be on there, I can feel like the excitement from everybody just because it's been a long time coming. And when I saw that, it just Shooting Star is just always good. Like
Yeah.
any form, any way you hear it, it's just so good. But seeing them do that, like I mean, we're just gonna use the honesty is the best policy. Like we don't know for sure if that was actually the first take, but if it was the first take, oh my god, they killed it.
Yeah.
They absolutely killed it.
I
It was just super
loved
good.
it. I loved how they
Yeah.
like fit their ad libs in there.
Mhm.
That's my favorite part, the ad libs. Because it's like it's structured and they know when to come in. You have the hinata, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the little fox.
The fox.
Yeah.
AJ, you have any thoughts about First Take?
Yeah. First Take was like one of the platforms that I was just waiting for it to happen. It was just only a matter of like when, right?
Mhm.
So knowing from First Take from other like artists before, like you can tell like how serious it is. Well, not serious, but like the way the videos are structured where you can immediately hear like the mic crackles, right? Like any
Mhm.
type of mistake or any type of like sound that something that sounds off, you can definitely hear it. So you can tell like the pressure is just to get through the song all the way through with no mistakes, right?
Mhm.
And I was confident that they would just kill it from the
Yeah.
start. And the fact that they did Shooting Star, so whenever they do First Take, they usually comes in 2 or 3s, right? So they usually start their first song as like the most popular one, and then they'll follow up from their most recent song. Yeah, Shooting Star is still my favorite song of the year. It's what got me to XG, and it's still a song that I would still listen to, probably like in the future years and stuff. And just listening to that again just brings me back to the first time hearing them. So it was a very like sentimental thing, just being brought back to that, and I
Yeah.
absolutely
That
loved it.
era.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
another thing too,
yeah.
though. Like, when did Shooting Star come out? It was earlier this year, like very early on, right?
The end
Yeah.
of January, early February, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think.
it's
Yeah.
very early to go. Like a lot of like groups nowadays, they go through songs so quickly and then like move on their marketing and all that forward. To go back to a song and then be on like a program like First Take, where you get one take, and you sing it that well still. That's like really crazy to me. It's like
Yeah.
it's actually pretty impressive. Like, because that means you're like still practicing throughout the year.
Mhm.
Obviously you have like your performances and stuff, but like there's some where they didn't do Shooting Star, like the Sydney one, I think, right? They
Yeah,
didn't
that was the
do,
only one.
yeah. So it's like really impressive to do it like on a high quality like channel like that where the vocals are have to be on point.
Yeah, it took me the second listen through, the second watch through to realize like they're sounding just like their studio version without the auto tune, like
Hmm.
without any type of vocal like enhancements and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you like, when I listened to it the second time, I'm like, man, this sounds really, really good,
Yo,
it's really, really good. Like
Chisa and
they don't joke
Juria went
around.
off
Woo.
on those. Like
Yeah.
I want to like shout them out because like you heard vocals, like
Yeah,
you
Oh
heard
yeah.
yeah.
vocals.
Some may
I
say that that version is better than the studio version, just
Yeah,
because that's how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, there's also like like there's people talking ish about like Jurin's auto tune, which was like intentional at the beginning, but then
Mm-hmm.
she just goes off in this version, and
Mhm.
it's oh man, I love it. It's so good.
It's like she has like a natural auto
Yeah,
tune.
she's got a natural.
Yeah,
She's got that
yeah,
voice where it's like it's not the
Yeah.
Harvey voice, but it's that natural
Yeah.
like it kind of sounds that way voice.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's also their second like live type performance, because before then they had the It's Live,
the band,
the band performance,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So that one was
that
like a
one is
straight up vibe
also
too.
it is a
I love
vibe.
that. Like I think I watched that video like so many times. I
Hmm.
contributed to that number.
Yeah.
I think that one's like almost 4 million, right?
Oh
Oh
wow.
man, is it
Within
really?
the 10 months, I think it's almost 4 million or 3 million, one of those two. But yeah, I keep going back to that video just to remind myself, like, yeah, these girls, they can do it. They can do it if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So we've also had a lot of other content that's come out, right?
Mhm.
We've had a lot of XG days, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We had Harvey like meeting her grandparents in Sydney, which was really emotional. Oh man, I can't even imagine. Like you're like growing up in a different country and you meet your grandparents, and like that's insane to me.
Yeah. Just Harvey being so young, training, and I mean, she doesn't see family in general, but meeting her grandparents in Australia,
Yeah,
like with that big of a gap, is such a heartwarming sight to
Yeah.
see.
yeah. It was also like they pointed the camera to them like during the actual show. That was my favorite part, and they're
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, yeah."
oh yeah.
It's so it's that they're supportive and everything is it brought a tear to my eye, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those past two previous episodes like really shows like how much like their families mean to them. And also
Hmm.
the behind the scenes video for Winter Without
Oh
You.
yeah,
They really
Yeah.
showed like how much it's just not only XLX like just showing the girls, but they also show their families that being part of their lives. So yeah, it's very very emotional. I actually teared up from those
actually,
parts.
I want to go back to Winter Without You, like that teaser specifically.
Hmm.
There's a guy in the OGA Discord, Desclepios, I think that's how you say his name. I was in a
Oh yeah.
voice channel with him one day, and we were talking about Winter Without You, right? And how like in the actual song itself you don't hear like the parents and everything. In
Hmm.
the teaser you did.
Yeah.
And it
Mhm.
was kind of like he kind of brought up like how like that's kind of like implanting almost, so that like those
Mhm.
emotions from that teaser get translated,
Transfers.
yeah, transfers to that like scene
Yeah.
in the music video. But you hear it in your head, but it's not actually there. And
Right.
that like that blew my mind. Like I felt weird afterwards.
That shit's high IQ come from
Yeah.
X-Galax, to be
No,
honest.
that's like
Mhm.
really good marketing. It was a really good teaser for that reason. That teaser made me emotional too. Like when I first watched it.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
my face was completely like
Yeah.
wet, drenched after
Yeah.
that teaser.
No, it was I felt I had some emotions.
Like all the emotions building up from the documentary itself, because
Yeah.
we've all seen it,
We've
right?
all
Like
seen it, like
we've
you
all seen it, and just seeing that moment when they're having that video message interaction, oh my god, it just all came back in one blow.
bro, there's a reason I'm not reacting to everything. I'm not trying to cry on camera and get
Hey man, you
views,
gotta
Yeah.
be
man.
like me and Nate, bro. Don't be scared of the tears.
um so there's a bunch of other content. They recently had like the Sydney, like they're going around Sydney and like shopping and stuff. Went out. Them in Japan, going to the amusement park, which we got plenty of memes from. The
Mhm.
Juria
Poor little
point.
Juria.
Poor Juria, man. Do you guys have anything to say about those or
I mean, those are just always nice because
yeah?
XG is just so goofy outside of their recordings
Mm-hmm.
and just into this vlog scene. Like it's just super nice seeing them just be themselves. I mean, not to say that they're never themselves during like, the on set or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
this vlog type of content is just super nice to see. It's super natural, super like relatable in a sense that
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
yeah, you can relate more on a personal level with the girls. That's why XG is so good in my opinion. You get to see this type of content and
Yeah.
like just you feel like you're part of that whole family just watching
Right.
all that.
Yeah. You go from like the good music to like them as people.
Hmm.
It makes you feel good. It definitely like
Hmm.
that's why like it's my personal time when I watch XG. It's I'm not saying that in like a weird way, you know. I'm trying to.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
Understood,
yeah.
like it
understood.
makes me happy. It's like my serotonin, my dopamine. You know, like it's necessary. Like I'm introverted, so like it helps me. You know, like
Mhm.
yeah, it's fun to see.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
overall it's just fun to just it's just nice to see them enjoying life, you
mhm,
know. Even if they're, while they're still young and just starting off, they're experiencing new things like together as like, a whole team and stuff alongside Simon and everyone else within the team. So seeing them just joke around like and just enjoy life is
mhm.
something that like, very thankful for like us viewers and us alphas part of the fandom to just experience for ourselves. It's they didn't really have to do it, but they did. So it makes it more worth it to just be a big fan of them.
Yeah. No, it helps us connect with them in a way where it's like,
Yeah.
those parasocial relationship type things where you feel like you're connecting with these people.
Yeah.
So it's always nice. Um Going forward, we got someone announced recently the world tour. They've already had a lot of raise the roof, man. We've already had a lot of live events this year, which was we had HITC New York, we had HITC LA, KCON, Sydney, Abu Dhabi,
Singapore.
Japan, Singapore. Yeah, I forgot about the
Singapore.
F1. Yeah, forgot about
Yeah.
that. We had a lot of like live performances from them, with like a
Right.
decent amount of songs. Some of their performances were for like the Vox series and stuff like that. Both of you guys have been to a lot of these. I know AJ went to a lot of the overseas ones, and then Nick, you went to the LA ones. Do you guys have any thoughts about those and like what you experienced then?
I think I'll start off since I went to their very first one.
Yeah.
So New York Canada Clouds, that was just my way of just saying like I gotta see them like for the first time, for first ever performance in the States, you know. So I made that trip to New York. It was a very very expensive trip. I got the VIP tickets like very last minute too, because at first I had like the general seating, right? But I'm like, you know what? This is the first time being in the States. I need to be there like on the floor, right?
Hmm.
So prior to experiences of going to Hannah Clouds in LA 2 years before then, I wasn't really expecting much from New York because this is a much smaller venue and it's like more enclosed, right?
Hmm.
So there wasn't much planning ahead, and that kind of uh, backfired on me, and I ended up like being in the middle of the pit and actually not being able to see much of the girls from you know from my height. I had to actually had my like phone in the air to actually see them
Oh no.
Oh
or
yeah,
look through
you're
other
you're
people's phones,
you're
right?
what, like 1.5 hinatas? So like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually just
it
keep
was-
my mouth zipped during this portion.
yeah.
You're like,
So
hey, I
it
can't see behind this guy.
yeah, so it was pretty crazy, because I was also with people too, so I didn't want to be that person that just leave like the rest of the group I was with because they
Hmm.
came with me and stuff. So um yeah, after that part, I just said to myself, I gotta redeem myself. So from there on, I'm trying to make it to the front in every single show,
Hmm.
right?
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
And I did. I make sure I make my money's worth. But I would have to say the very first one in New York is a very special one, just because it's a huge impact on American ground in a
Hmm. The
more
first American performance, or
more
like
first
North
American
American
performance, and more of
for a
not just
Western audience.
American,
Yeah.
but yeah, a more of their global presence. This is like showing like this is who we are. We're gonna start taking off from here.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and I can always look back to when they played like Shooting Star, and
Yeah.
when the whole stadium started doing that intro.
Hmm.
Yeah, from there
Crazy.
on,
The
it's like it's
behind the scenes for that, I get chills every time. It's like the
yeah,
whole crowd also singing along to the songs too, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just the fact of being there, right? Nick could say this too. Like everything just goes by pretty fast. That 20 to 30 minute set just flew by so fast,
Mhm.
and we were like, man, that
Mhm.
just happened, right? So
Like you don't even have enough time to like grasp what just happened.
grasp, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, from New York, it was very special. I wish I could relive that moment, but
Yeah.
there's videos on YouTube where you can see the whole thing
Yeah.
and just look back at it.
That's where I had to hunt those videos down because I wasn't able to go to that one.
Yeah.
I
And
found
then
Chris's
yeah,
vid, Chris's fan
yeah.
cam.
And then
Oh,
from
yeah.
there, it that's what literally kicked off everything.
Yeah.
The people that were there from first up until now. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that were made along the way.
Yeah.
So coming into LA, I met these people for the first time, even though we were in the same place in New York. I didn't really actually get to meet them.
Hmm.
but we planned everything out. We knew that Nick was coming.
Mhm.
So, Nick was actually the first people like I met outside of OGA. Within day one in Head in the Clouds, he
Yeah.
he pretty much stood out. Like I saw this dude walking. I think you were walking from the booth towards the merch line,
Yeah,
right?
no, honestly, dude, I was lost. I was like,
He was
where
lost.
do I get these shirts?
Yeah.
Then
It's
I
like, do we
saw,
go to the booth or do we get the merch first, right?
Yeah.
and I just see AJ, Chris, and Nate. They're just like walking as a three, as walking all
Yeah.
together. I'm like, oh wait, I know these three. I know this
Yeah.
and I literally was like, and it was a very short interaction just because they were also trying to get to the where they needed to be, and I was also trying to get to the merch line.
Yeah.
And very short but sweet interaction. Then we just saw each other again, like during the concert across the stage.
Yeah, I didn't see Nick at all from the rest of day one. And day two, we knew Nick was gonna be on the other side, but again, he's super tall and he kind of stood out. But I think we messaged you or we like screamed your name out to
Mhm.
notice that we were on the other side.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we asked you to like, yo, can you hype up the the other side? And
For Maya's
that's how
birthday.
for the whole Maya's birthday thing. So yeah, huge props to you, dude, to get that part
Yeah, I
that
was
side involved.
man, with my voice, I needed to do that. I needed to hype up that side.
Yeah, that was a very, very hot day.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't.
survived. I survived that day, surprisingly, dude.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't
Y'all
faint.
y'all look like
Yeah,
you were
I was
sweating.
dying.
Like from the content I've seen, it looked like you guys were sweating. Even
Yeah.
XG was like, afterwards.
That sun was no joke, man. It
Yeah.
was.
I still have my tan lines from that day.
I still do
What?
too, man.
Are you serious?
I still do.
Yo,
It's
that
a
was in
reminder.
August. It's
It doesn't go away, man. I tried.
you tried. What the hell does that mean?
Just rub his skin off.
I was freaking. My skin was peeling, and I started using like aloe and stuff, trying to
Oh
like
man.
try and line it up, but it's still there.
It's
still there.
permanent.
That's
It's a
crazy.
tattoo. It's a memory, permanent memory from Head in the Clouds LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for Nick, for your first experience for XG,
That was
Oh, yeah,
HITC,
yeah, it's good to
right?
hear it.
For
Yeah,
LA for you.
for LA.
For me, yes. Like to continue from what AJ was saying, like hearing that, because I've seen some fan cams from the HITC New York performances, and I'm like, oh my god, I would kill to be there. I would kill to watch this performance live. And next thing you know, we get an announcement saying that they're gonna be at HITC LA, and you already know your boy was like, I'm going for sure. I don't care how much it's gonna be.
Mhm.
I'm going. I'm not gonna be like AJ status is going to surf club, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna work my way there, get general admission, and run my butt to the front of the stage. And it worked for the most part, but it's something I'm never gonna forget. Just because I had my girlfriend tagging it along. She wasn't a big fan of XG at the time, but after that performance, bro,
Ooh,
Alphaz. She
hell
was
yeah.
Alphaz.
Alphas.
Right after. And oh man, it was just such a good concert. I mean, I think it was very worth the money. Like there was also a lot of big names out there also, aside from XG, and I thought it was very much worth it. Good festival, good vibes. Food's kind of expensive, but that's
That's the
that goes along
nature.
with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the game.
Mhm. And just I don't know, just seeing XG for the first time in person, y'all saw the video of me yelling hinata.
That was so good,
Is
man.
that one, and then also the KCON one too afterwards.
No, the KCON one, I kind of like toned it
You
down.
toned
a
it
bit,
down, but you
Yeah.
had like
toned it down
the sign for that one.
yeah, because
Yeah.
HITC, I was pretty far from the stage, so I had to project my voice as much as I could. And
Yeah.
she still didn't even, she didn't hear my voice,
No.
and I didn't get a reaction from her. But I mean, I tried my best. Just still good, still a good experience, man.
Yeah.
Seeing XG is just so good.
So HITC LA was the first time they performed TGIF like live, right?
Yeah,
And
they
that was
announced
with the
that.
lab also, which I got
Yeah.
the lab hat on right now. Oh.
Yee.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, yo. Oh, that's a new one, right? The one that you posted?
Yeah,
The one, yeah. That's
the
clean.
brown one. I got a bunch of other stuff. Well, just hats because I'm bold.
Yeah.
But
Hey, you gotta start learning the choreo, bro,
the
with that merch.
choreo,
Yeah.
dude. I can't go into full Ren's mode, man. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, that boy, he's a bag of surprises, dude. I did
Yeah,
not
he
expect that
is.
from him.
So HITC LA, and then 2 weeks later, right? It was
2 weeks later.
KCON. Yeah.
Mhm.
So AJ flew back and then came back.
Flew back, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane, dude. That's crazy.
When you
So-
came back and you started streaming, I was like, what the hell?
Yes. So that story was like, that wasn't really planned at first because I wasn't gonna go to KCON.
Mhm.
Because I had twice tickets, VIP twice tickets, which was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, $500, $600, right? That my friends got me. And then they told me, like, you know what? I think we're gonna sell our tickets, and because we want to go to KCON instead. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Actually, it's gonna be there, and a bunch of groups gonna be there. So we did that instead, and I don't regret it at all.
Mhm.
But I also wish
Okay.
I saw it twice too.
Imagine
But-
if twice
you
as
missed
that
your
KCON.
Geo. You missed your
Right.
Geo chance.
That was before,
Oh, that
I
was
knew all
before.
about
That was
them.
before.
I was just gonna go, like, not even as a once,
Uh-huh.
like just I
Just
didn't
to
really
go.
expect it twice as much, just to go, right? It was just
Mhm.
one of those things like they're kind of close by. I have to see them at least,
Mhm.
I will probably do the same if it was like Blackpink too, but
Yeah.
yeah, when actually announced like, oh, they're gonna be on day 2 special stage, and then they're gonna be in the convention floor, right? I'm like, you know what? I had to go back to LA like 2 weeks after, man.
Yeah.
It worked out. It worked out. I had my days lined up and everything. So yeah, it was good.
Mhm. Nick, you also went to KCON LA. You also met Simon there, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a wild, wild experience, dude. KCON was literally not even just saying it hypothetically, or not. Sorry, not over exaggerate, but there was literal hurricane happening in LA during that weekend. And it was like,
AJ's like hurricane.
hey, we out here in California, when we get a little splash of, or like a little hit of wind, we call it a hurricane, bro. But
Like what? It's not sunny.
but it was a crazy tornado of events, man. Like it was a mess, but I don't think I would have it happen any other way, just because
Mhm.
you know, because XG wasn't even supposed to be at KCON. You know, that
Yeah.
whole fiasco of them
With
being
50
announced in the
50 drop
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. XG was 100% in that word search, but they weren't announced. So we were like, what? Then they
Mhm.
come out of the blue saying that they are coming. So we're like, oh, dang. So I got to go to my bank account and buy tickets now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh, man, it was super wild seeing XG for like most of like 98% of the weekend, honestly. AJ had a bunch of interactions with the girls because he
Yeah, you
was
got the
swift
meet
with
and
it.
greet, right?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, going to, I think, what was it? I went to all 3 days of the convention floor, so I didn't really, actually wasn't on the first day.
Mhm.
I think were you in the first day too, Nick, or no? That was just the second and third day.
I was only on the second, third day.
Second, third
Yeah.
day. So the second day, I came across Nick for the second time. Second interaction with Nick. I got to meet him and his girlfriend, and he was wearing this shirt, the shirt he's currently wearing right now, all
Yeah, I'm
cut
wearing it
up
right
and
now.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to show too
Yeah.
much skin on this
show
podcast.
them guns, boy.
Yeah,
No.
he had
Maybe
the
the next
guns out,
time.
man.
Next time. Next podcast. Next
That's,
podcast.
Yeah. And he had the fan ready and everything. It was cool seeing Nick again, and Nick saw us and the whole crew. We were rolling like together and stuff. And yeah, what was the second day? I think the second day, that was when I was in line to enter the convention floor. It was kind of a mess on how to enter the convention floor, because just like there were lines for like no reason, right? There was lines from
Yeah,
outside,
Actually, I heard this.
wrapped around all the way from the end of the crypto center, right? So me and my friend Jojo, who was also there in Hand of Clouds, LA and New York, we fell into that line and we came across the lab. So we noticed like Sienna and her
Yeah,
girls, like
yeah.
behind the barricades outside of the crypto arena, and we're like the only people that recognized them. It was weird. We were like, "Is that Sienna?" And then we like, as we got closer, we said hi, and she waved back at us, and then we went back in line, and then I told Jojo, I'm like, "Hey, we should go try to talk to her." So because the line wasn't even gonna go anywhere. So you know what? Yeah, let's go back. So we went back and said hi again, and she went around the barricade, and like gave both of us hugs. I guess
Oh, that's
like
super dope, dude.
yeah. And then
I-
we chatted up with her a bit, and we were thanking her like, oh, thank you so much for doing all the choreographies for the girls, supporting the girls, and making their dreams come true and all that stuff. And she was like the sweetest person ever.
Aw.
Yeah.
I've
She's
definitely
one of those people.
noticed Sienna is definitely a hugger. She's
Oh, yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
a
You see-
hugger.
like, she hugs, like,
every
like
single
G.
person.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this
man.
is me just knowing like just the general like like who she is and stuff.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm not like a huge fan of like the lab or all the stuff she's done in the past. I knew she was like a really prolific dancer and stuff and has a big like resume, but seeing her like in person and like the way she like treats her fans or people she comes across with, it's very, very genuine, just like
Yeah.
extreme.
It seemed very
So
down to earth.
yeah, super down to earth. So we were as soon as we saw her and talked to her, we were like, yeah, they're gonna perform on day 2 at the evening and stuff. So yeah, from there on, we were still stuck in line, and then I realized day 1 we just walked in from a different like just from a different path, and that's what we did. We literally walked into the front. And
I
there's
think
like
each day was a different entrance, right?
a
It was
different
kind of,
entrance. Yeah,
yeah,
it
super
was
confusing.
weird. It was definitely weird. I don't know how you went in, but
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember how I got in there.
yeah. But yeah, that second day, that's when I met up with Nick and Chris was there, and we all met up. Chris had his squirrel, and and everyone was drawing cards. Nick, how many cards? Did you buy any albums?
Yeah,
You
I did only 2 albums. I wasn't gonna go ham just because I knew if I like tried to get a autograph, oh man, my bank would have been down to 0. I just got 2, a very simple 2 purchase, and drawed 2 nice cards, but they weren't signed like yours. Super jealous until this
Yeah.
day.
Mine was 1 out of the 3 tries, so yeah.
That's super lucky.
I have that card if you want it, man.
Hey, no, that's yours, dude. Do not trade that card. That's yours to keep.
But yeah, day 2. What else happened in day 2? They
Was
were
that
outside.
the
They were also
interview?
outside.
Was that the interview
Yeah.
day?
They
Yeah,
did
the
an
radio
radio interview, and that's where Nick came across Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was super random, man. Like, super crazy. Like, the way it happened, like, yeah, we were all there, big old crowd for XG. Like, I was just cheering for them up until they left the stage, still cheering just because, just to support them walking off stage. Then I like turn around and I literally see Simon just behind me, like looking at my sign, and he asked me if he could take a picture of it, and I was like, I couldn't like comprehend what was going on. I'm like, is this actually Simon? What the heck is going on? Am I dreaming right now? And he comes up to me saying that if he could take a picture of the Hinata fan sign, and because I also had the whole group on the other side of the fan.
Hmm.
He was just taking his pictures, and after he took a few pictures on his phone, I just like went off saying like, oh my god, thank you for bringing XG here in LA. I'm hoping you bring them out on a world tour soon.
Oh, Nick's the reason.
And he's just over here just bowing like politely, like
Yeah.
Yes, sumimasen,
trying
or that you can't.
I don't want to freak him out too much, so I kind of let him go.
Yeah.
Just, part our ways. Then after I leave Simon, I talked to AJ for a little
yeah.
bit, and I said,
took a
"Bro,
picture."
I just took a picture with Simon."
Yeah,
And
and
he's
then
like, what?
And then he shows a picture of me, right? A picture of him and Simon, and you can see me in the corner of like back of my head, like right there.
And the funny thing about this story is because AJ has been trying to meet Simon like the whole weekend, and he was like 3 feet away from him that time. Oh man, it was so funny.
Yeah, the amount of interactions that I missed out on seeing Simon throughout this whole year, I think I counted like 6.
Oh wow.
And that's like throughout all the events I've been to. It's pretty funny. I just wasn't in the right place at the right time.
But the
Dang.
trade-off of that, not meeting Simon alive, you had a lot of interactions with the girls,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
with Chisa.
Yeah, so day 3 was a pretty big day because it was on the convention floor. Were,
Mhm.
were you in the second? Are you in the show on the second day? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the in the arena.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
crypto arena.
Was that the 21 song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear your
That's
thoughts of it because
Yeah.
yeah, I'll follow up on yours.
for me or Nick.
Oh, no. Well, for both of you guys.
Oh,
Both of you
mine
guys.
because I watched it, man. I
Yeah.
watched it, but I thought that was the most hype moment. The 21 song,
Oh yeah. It
like,
was the
is
perfect way to open
and
that
I
night.
thought the whole the juria, like the
Yeah.
her finger. It always, like, I go back and watch that like all the time. It's pretty sick. I wasn't there, so
Yeah, but you still when you saw it
Ah,
live, I think when it comes to seeing something live from your computer, from desktop, it's
mhm.
definitely another type of experience
Oh
from
yeah, and
us,
it was
right?
with like the whole Discord and everything too.
Yeah.
Like
So you
it
got to
was
see, yeah,
everyone
you
was
got to
like
see different
freaking
angles.
out, going crazy. They're like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah, so compared to us, you got to see different angles and stuff,
Yeah,
right? For me, I was in like the suites, so you only see them as like little ants and stuff, right?
yeah.
But we were seeing them from like the projected screens and stuff. And then Nick was somewhere
I
in
was seeing the back of their heads
back of
Yeah.
their
for
heads, right?
that performance.
Yeah, so yeah, totally different experience. But when that song first came on, just to kick off the second day,
When the tune came on, everyone was like,
yeah,
"Oh!"
I freaked
We're like,
out.
"Oh."
I freaked
Yeah,
out because I was like, there's no way they're doing this song. And then
there's
like,
no way.
yeah, but like I was like, at first I was like, how were they even able to clear that? First of all, right?
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, some of these rumors might have been true back in the day,
Oh, the white
Yeah.
knee rumor.
Yeah,
um,
when that song came on, I was like, man,
Hmm.
they're not just covering the song; they're making it like sound like it's their own at the same time.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
While
Because they
They had like
actually
still
the
did.
being yeah,
TGIF lyrics
Mhm.
like mixed in. So
yeah, they did Girl Gang TGIF.
yeah.
There's some bits of choreography that was part of other different songs and stuff,
Hmm.
right? And then the whole dance breakdown at the end,
That's my favorite part,
that
man.
blew everyone else's mind, and it
That-
literally set the
That's
bar high for like every other group that wants to cover 21 next.
Yeah.
it,
I don't think there's gonna
I'm
be any other
sorry.
group
no.
covering them after that.
It's you gotta have like balls of steel to do that shit now.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can only hope they can like release that in a way we can watch that on YouTube, like
Mhm.
as like Move 5 or something. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear like a recorded version of that.
So KCON, I think day 3 was the convention for. Was that the day you got Chisa to flex?
Yeah. So day 3, they had so much events coming in. So the first event was, well, we found out that they're going to that little cube spot where they do like the little show that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
The little interview. So everyone was lining up because they knew like there's gonna be a pathway where they're gonna walk through with security and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So came across Nick again, and I think he was next. I think you were next to us, right?
Yeah,
And this is
I was
also
next to you, and then you vanished like after they went in. I was like,
oh
what
yeah,
the
yeah, because we're trying to find like a good spot to actually watch
Yeah,
from
yeah.
inside,
Which
right?
was actually pretty smart of you
Yeah,
doing that.
and that's also the first time we met Kayla too. Shout out to Kayla, by the way. She
Yeah.
was she was a random person. She had red hair. She had a Chisa shirt on, right?
And keep the
She
money.
The
yeah,
Chisa books.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
she first approached us and like was super friendly. He's like, "Hey, do you want some Chisa dollars?" Like, "Oh, Chisa's my bias and stuff." And she was looking for a photo card of her and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So we automatically clicked right that. She was sticking around with me and Jojo, and I think you met Nick as well, right? She met Nick.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think.
We've done it because I actually kind of had an interaction with her. She tapped my shoulder. She's like, "Oh, can we go in front of you?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead." It was during
Tall
that
people, man.
it was during that yellow stage, that mini yellow stage. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
She's very nice.
Yeah.
yeah, super nice. She gave me a Chisa dollar, and we were like, "Yeah, I hope Chisa gets it, right?" And
Mhm.
then yeah, the first interaction of them just walking through, these crowds of people, this whole people like all lined up and stuff. Everyone wanted to get noticed by actually because they were so close to us, as they're walking by. and it was crazy because this is like the first time actually like seeing them up front, and yeah, we me and Jojo, we had a shirt on. It was based on a meme that I think it was like one of those Instagram filters, I think,
Mm.
of
Oh, the
Chisa.
granny filter.
Something like that, right? It was like
It's
a
Yeah, some
very
kind
it
of
was like a very droopy face,
alien.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, we had it on the shirt, and it was all planned by Jojo. I didn't have that shirt at all, but she made two, and I told her like I'll wear the shirt too, so she
Mhm.
can notice. And it definitely definitely worked because before entering that little cube room, like she noticed it, and but she couldn't like process it in the same time because she had to walk through. Like security was just making her go through, right? And then coming out, right? I think that's when Kayla got her Chisa dollars received by Chisa, and then we were like at the middle of the line, and she saw our shirts again, started tapping jurin and started pointing our shirts out.
Mhm.
And then that's when I was like, "Yo, Chisa, flex, 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 flex!" And then she like,
She did the iconic
she did the
flex.
thing, right?
Iconic flex.
Iconic flex
Yeah.
thing. That was like my first ever interaction with Chisa and
Yeah.
actually in general. And then I think Nick, you were there, and did you get I think you got interaction from them too, right?
No, not during that time when they were heading to that little cube recording, but I did get
Mm.
their attention during that the little mini yellow stage just because I was there like 10 feet tall with my sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She noticed it. She noticed
Yeah,
it from that
Yeah.
distance. Yeah. So yeah, and that part we were in the front. It was me, Chris, Michelle, Jojo, and a couple of other people. We were the first 30 people who brought the merch. Like
Mhm.
I think it was like $20 merch to be within the barrier
Oh,
to
dang.
see the girls, right? So again, we were like up face front. I was behind tall people again.
Bro, yeah, there was just two guys who were super tall in
They were
that
tall.
30. Yeah.
I had to talk to them like, hey, you mind if you can like be in the middle so
You can, like, sneak
she,
through.
yeah,
You can see.
yeah. And then yeah, it was pretty cool. Chris had his mission, this whole like weekend mission of giving the squirrel to the lifelike squirrel to juria and stuff. I think that was still a funny thing. I think everything that we do is just very memorable, from what
Yeah.
Nick does to what I do and what he does. Like
It's just
It's
it
super
like
really
funny things.
shows.
it's
It
like
really
not
shows
just.
how much.
It's like the
Yeah.
community. Like you remember stuff from the community. It's like it's always memorable.
Yeah, and you just think about it, like, yeah, we're the only people who would do this type of stuff, right?
I feel like Chris got roasted a lot for the taxidermy squirrel.
Yeah.
Bro, until this day, I do not believe that man got that from Target. That was not from
Yeah,
Target.
it looked very lifelike. Even in there's like that picture where they're like poking it or whatever.
No, Juria smelled her finger.
Yeah, it's a finger.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Those are
yeah,
the interactions. It was wonderful. And then from there on, that's when they performed on the convention floor, which was basically another concert, like a
yeah.
little mini
No,
concert.
Yeah.
Five
Crazy
songs.
stuff.
Five songs
that was
actually.
also
Yeah.
the Harvey joke.
The QT
The
joke.
QT. Everyone at watching the stream was like, "What just happened?" Because like we didn't get it the joke at first. I was like, "Wait, oh, we get the joke now," but we just thought that guy was like, we were so jealous of that guy.
Oh yeah. He was winning that day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
he
could have been
definitely won that day.
man. I was always thinking about like, if I were in that situation, how would I act, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my dumbass would like face palm or something. Like, so KCON LA. After that, we didn't have anything in the US, right? That was pretty much it for the year. Obviously, we talked earlier about like some of the other stuff that they did in LA at the time, like Winter Without You and the multiverse music video for New Dance, which was pretty hype. We had a few other things. The Sydney event, Singapore F1. We had a bunch of, I guess, a lot of the Filipino alphas went there. Both of you guys being Filipino, like you probably know them. um,
We're family.
we're family. We know each other.
They're all cousins.
Then there's Abu Dhabi, which AJ went to, and then also Japan, which AJ went to.
Yeah.
Those are probably wildly different experiences. I know AJ, it was like a personal experience for you for Abu Dhabi and Dubai in general. But then the most recent one was Japan, which was supposed to be super hype because it was their homecoming essentially.
Yeah.
Like their first like showcase event in Japan. Uh, we're gonna skip over to that, the Japan event.
Mhm.
Do you have anything to say about that, like your experiences there? You did not just that, but you did a lot of same stuff that XG did over there, like the, like the amusement parks and everything like that. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So, going from Abu Dhabi and then the like 2 weekends after again, right? Traveling to another country to see
Yeah,
XG.
what's going on here? I feel
It's
like your
it's
schedulings.
it's pretty well. Every 2 weekends I have like a weekend off, so everything like lines up
Oh
perfectly,
man.
right? So like there are days where I don't even have to take like PTO and stuff, right? So, well, Abu Dhabi was basically a Dubai trip for me because I was born there,
Mhm.
and that was like first time actually seeing the country. But
Mhm.
to keep that short, it was another festival event
Mhm.
where we had to battle to be to get to the front,
Mhm.
and yeah, we definitely accomplished that because just to make things short, like we made sure Alpha's presence are over
Felt.
there too. you know I actually felt because there's Alphas that did show up but not at the front. It was
Mhm.
like more of like the people who were like got the general seats and stuff. So me, Emma, and Chris, and I think a couple other people too, with the support of some DPREN fans. We
Mhm.
were there to cheer XG on, and it was I think that would be my personal favorite experience
Mhm.
out of all the concerts,
Oh
just
wow.
because of yeah. But I don't want to go too much into that detail. I'll just probably save it for another time. Um, but yeah, for going to Japan, Japan was more of meeting almost like all the people within our community,
I was
coming
there.
together. Yeah,
Yeah, you were
it
there.
was. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
Nick
there.
was
We had a
there.
picture
And
actually.
we've seen all the pictures.
And
For the
yeah,
real quick for the viewers, Nick photoshopped into himself into like every single picture that they posted. So,
yeah,
Yeah, literally every picture.
and then,
it's pretty
yeah.
funny. It's actually the same picture too.
Yeah, just Oh man.
It was cool. That was my second time going to Japan, but this time around it was mainly for XG, but going with friends, who are also alphas, and we were experiencing things that XG experienced throughout their XG days and all that other stuff throughout their blogs. And yeah, it was a very memorable moment that I wish I could just stay there longer.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Showcase was amazing. Meeting J Alphas for the first time, you can tell like how much love and support they've been getting. And the crazy thing about it is like, man, they're all of like within our age group.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of young alphas I've noticed. It's always like
Yeah.
within our age bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely like the target audience. It comes with their nostalgic like throwback type of like vibe music, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it only makes sense. But there are some young people there too that appreciate the great music that SGS put out. So I think the younger generation they're in good hands
I,
too.
I think they're starting to embrace that more recently because
They're
I've
starting
noticed
to
I've
embrace it
started
more.
to notice like younger audience coming in, at least recently, because before it was just like minimum age 30. like,
No,
like,
dude, take it back to my statistics and viewership before, like probably like a couple months ago, my viewership was like age range of 50 to 60. Uh 50 to 60 women. 50 to 60 aged women. Now it's like in the 2030s. I'm like, okay, they're
oh
getting,
yeah, yeah, let's
yeah, like
go.
okay.
Yeah, kind of
Kind
Oh
bouncing here.
of
I know.
there we
balancing it
go.
out.
um
Pretty funny.
so AJ, you when you're in Japan, I think you had a stream on Twitch where you kind of unboxed a lot of your XG stuff that you got back from
Ah, I
Japan,
missed that.
including a lot of the fan made stuff that they just gave out for like free. um
Yeah.
that was, to me, that was like surprising, like not because it was free or anything, but like you had a lot of people like just making stuff for each other. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, mainly J Alphas. Not only J Alphas, but there's also people who traveled,
Mm-hmm.
from like Hong Kong or
Or
even
Kayla.
from the
Kayla gives
States,
out her chisa books.
Australia. Yeah, Kayla, she printed out like 50 pages of like different like variations of chisa money, right? And then
But she had the
two
Pokemon
variations.
cards too, right?
The Pokemon cards was from a friend that she met on Twitter that couldn't make it, so she had it delivered to the hotel
Oh, gotcha.
for her to distribute out. So we were also helping her out with it. It was pretty funny because everyone was kind of shy on like just approaching people like, here, have a card, or here, have a gift, right? So everyone was like slowly just opening up, even the J Alphas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as soon as like they started seeing like everyone being friendly, then it was like very easy to approach us. Like they would approach Nate and also Chris, and then myself. I don't know why they would approach me because I was only shown like in 2 or 3 videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like if Nick was there, I think Nick was there, right?
Yeah, Nick was there.
Yeah. So like if Nick was there, he would definitely be like recognized, especially since he's tall and all, right?
Yeah,
But
they'll
they
be
do,
like, "Hey, Nick."
yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, the Japanese like fans, like they watch your stuff, they watch your content and
Yeah.
stuff. So they know who like we are, and they approach us and they're like, "Hey, we watch you guys on YouTube. We love your content." And they're trying to speak their best way, in English and stuff, and we're trying to like take in like what they're trying to say and like reciprocate back, right?
Yeah.
So it was a pretty sweet thing, but it's also a struggle because of the language barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But the act of like giving, like gift giving, was just a really nice thing to see. And I think for the next time, like just for myself, I would want to make stuff for them to give to them, because I feel pretty bad. I'm like, you're giving me all this stuff, but I wish I can give stuff back to you guys, right?
Yeah, shout out J Alphas, man. They're a different breed. They're just so loving, caring.
So I didn't eat that whole that whole morning, right? So I was actually snacking on some of the stuff that they gave me. So they helped me out there. But yeah, there was a lot of goodie bags. There's a lot of like printed out like fan photo cards, some pins, a bunch of snacks, and it was pretty cool just interacting with people.
Man, I feel like I've missed out all year. Next year though.
World tour.
Next year.
World tour, bro.
World tour. Speaking of, what do you guys expect for the world tour? Like, what are your wants? What are your desires? Obviously, they're gonna have another LA because they hinted at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know when. I just need to know when. We're waiting for that schedule drop,
We're waiting for the schedule drop so we can start, planning ahead.
But yeah, what do you guys want from the world tour? Obviously, throughout the year they might have like new songs coming out too. So
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we're for sure gonna see some new stuff from them during this world tour, because I think it's projected to be out during summer. The world tour is like around summertime. And look at the amount of songs we got within this year alone, and thinking about the months leading up to summer, we're gonna have a couple of songs that we're gonna see for the first time live. So we're definitely gonna expect some new stuff from them. It's definitely gonna be expensive for sure. So you guys save up, save your money.
Definitely saving up.
Stop going on Bai. Stop going on Mercari.
Hey, don't look at me. That's not me.
I know it's not you. I should not speak about this because I'm like,
no,
I'm the one kind of.
That's not me, dude. That's definitely the point finger right there.
But hopefully they have a bunch of shows here in the States, because I know for sure they're gonna have like one on each coast, west and east, and hopefully they have some in the center, like for you, and so you're able to go out.
My wish is that they have one in Atlanta, because that's still reasonable distance for me, and like that's where they produced Shooting Star. Like we saw like the behind the scenes for that. So I'm hoping for like Atlanta at least, because that'll get the entire southeast part, and then obviously New York would be an obvious one. LA obvious. If they do like Seattle, I wouldn't be surprised to see Toronto. If they had Toronto, I'd definitely go, because I'm a foodie and I want to eat there. But but yeah, no, I have some wish list items for where I want them. It's just about timing, really.
Yeah.
AG.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for just the schedules to drop and the locations and stuff, right? And they're definitely gonna hit like the major cities, where they can get most of the fan base. Because if you think about it, like Alphaz is still small
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
the States, so it wouldn't make sense for them to be in a very huge venue
Mm-hmm.
yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
this is like their first world tour, right? So uh what I'm hoping, is that I'm able to attend not all of them realistically. Like,
Yeah.
wishful thinking I could, do all of them, but my I'm still hurting. My wallet's still hurting from previous trips, right?
Bro, you
And
went you
yeah,
went overseas. That's already like a
That's crazy.
it's yeah. So yeah, coming back to all that, it's like I think the fact that we worked very hard to be in the front to give them all the support, right? I think next year I'm gonna kind of take a step back from that because I want other people to start doing that,
yeah.
just to save myself from doing it. Because I think I've done a lot. We literally sacrificed our bodies,
Yeah.
to
Oh,
under the
yeah.
sun to be there. But I can't be the only person doing that. We need other people to do it
Yeah.
too.
We need some
You
new
know?
faces up
Yeah,
front.
new
crowd.
faces. I'm pretty sure they're sick of us at this point.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
oh god,
I'm
this
kidding.
guy
I'm kidding.
again.
Oh, this guy with the squirrel, this guy with the sign, this guy with oh man, here we go again.
He
This
keeps
guy's always
screaming
trying to flex with
Hina-chan.
Chisa. Yeah. But no, it's like it's just one of those things where we're all gonna go on a world tour. There's a bunch of people who haven't seen next year yet, right? But we all want to be on the same city. We
Mhm.
want to hang out
Yeah.
like before and also after. So I hope to meet Nick again. I hope to meet you again.
Mhm.
A bunch of people within our community, and create more memories for the most part.
For sure.
But for me, going all the way to the front, I'm gonna take a step back.
A literal step back.
Yeah.
A little step back, yeah.
All right. So obviously what we're talking about right now, we've kind of joined a fandom. We're pretty
We are
all
in
like
it.
connected. We got a little community going on. A lot of our community wasn't into K-pop before. They kind of joined because XG gave them nostalgia. They give them like, vibes that they weren't seeing elsewhere in K-pop. So what makes Alphas different? And then what does XG bring to the table for these Alphas? You guys have any good answers?
I'll probably go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, personally for me, it's like my first time ever being in the fandom. At
Mhm.
first, I thought it was like it's pretty weird, right? Like, how do people get so obsessed, or
Yeah.
stand like a group of people and do all this stuff for them? Like, but ever since joining, I'm starting to understand it, right?
Mhm.
What separates this one from the other ones is that it's definitely brand new.
Mhm.
We're supporting a group of girls and the whole team. We still see them as underdogs because we want them to organically just make it to the top
Yeah.
the best way possible, right? And for me personally, when I think of XG, it was more of like from what Nick was saying, the music, it found us more
Yeah.
than we found it itself. It just came across us and
Mhm.
it just took us on the journey, right? And I think that's what it means to be part of fandom, is being part of the journey that they're going through too, and watching their growth, blossom to greater heights. So I think that's what makes Alphas different from most fandoms, because we want them to succeed. We want to support them the best way possible. And at the same time, like the actions that we did, from what I did, from what Nick does, and also the people who contributed online that couldn't even make it, I think their voices and all their actions are
Mhm.
actually being seen and heard. And I can say up front, like, we are being seen as
Yeah.
fans,
Mhm.
not just fans, but actually like people,
People.
you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was something that like blew my mind, being part of this fandom. Like, man, I really am enjoying doing this a lot.
For
It's just
sure.
really expensive.
Super expensive. Yeah.
Super
Bro,
expensive.
it's not even just like the events and stuff. It's like everything. Everything's
Yeah.
expensive.
Everything.
You're like,
And it's like it's by choice. It's not like they're asking
no.
money from us. We're just giving.
Yeah, we're just giving. Like, you see the stuff you see behind me, this wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
This is a accumulation of like every year,
You got
like even
freaking
even this,
mascara.
the stuff that we're wearing right now, right?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It's crazy. This all happened within a single year, thanks to one, group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I
So
wouldn't catch myself ever doing that before.
yeah.
Um
Yeah.
and Nick, you got anything?
I mean, AJ has kind of like took every word out of my mouth. I mean, alphas we're definitely different just because we've been supporting the girls so early on. Like the structure of how XG was made is pretty much or kind of different to like
Mhm.
other K-pop groups out there. So like they're more like family structured, family oriented when they were creating the group. And in a lot of K-pop groups, they're just, thrown in as a group,
Yeah.
opposed to XG, training from like literal babies, having that family mentality. We're kind of feeding off that family mentality. And now us alphas, we are,
Mhm.
as they say, part of the Hesino, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm,
it definitely feels more of a family than a fandom, in my
Yeah.
right.
opinion. Like I mean, look at us three right now. We are talking, talking amongst ourselves as, just
Just fans.
family,
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
family.
family. We just
Yeah,
chill. We just like talk,
just chill.
shoot the
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
hmm Like I think that's what makes us different,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think for sure, like on the same boat, like I feel like it's not just like the nostalgia factor, like that obviously draws us in, but when we continue to like be exposed to stuff and get to be exposed to them as like people and get to see like the hardships they've been through, it makes us like try to connect with them on like a personal level. Watching that documentary, like it made me like an even bigger fan, like than just the music alone would have. And then like their content afterwards, you see like the connections and stuff like that between them, the interactions between one another, and even like their interactions with Simon. Because like, I'll be honest, like documentary episode I think 2, and with the Simon like, "Ah," like
Oh
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
like he paints himself in like a not good light when during
hmm
that episode, and then like even later on the episode, like he's like, look, I'm doing this because you guys need to work together. I'm trying to get you to understand that, you know. So he obviously like painted himself in a poor light in those first few episodes, but then now you look at the interactions with them, they're like joking around with them.
hmm
Um,
Playing
who,
tennis.
yeah, playing tennis. Um, you have like the well, I think Chisa was it Chisa that bought the frog statue that like
Hmm.
reminded
Oh yeah, yeah,
reminded
yeah.
her
Yeah.
of him. Like yeah, like so like they like obviously like joke around with each other and he's like part of it too. So it's definitely like a different vibe. And then that to me like it shows like like we as a community, we as alphas, like we're also kind of in that same boat where
Yeah.
we're like welcoming, we like try to interact with one another. A lot of us are introverts too, like we're still doing this despite that. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
um yeah. um Lastly, we got our final topic. We're wearing it right now. um
Mhm.
Obviously we know how it feels to get through that store, that the shop. um we've all spent a decent amount of money on that shop, right?
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Oh man, I'm wearing all XG clothing right now except for the lab. Like, um, so what kind of merch do you want XGalax to produce? We've also already got like a bunch of caps and the bucket hat. Got the tail. Like,
Oh, I didn't even notice
yeah,
that.
I got the bucket
It's
hat
kind
up
of out of
there, and it's
focus.
just
I can
like
see
I
it.
you wouldn't catch me wearing that, man. I'll be honest. I put it on once, and then I got the. Yeah, but like they have that. Like people bought it up. I got like the it's not in here, but like I got like a poster and everything. Not the Gucci Maze one, but like there's a lot of merch that they produce. Is there anything that you're looking forward to that they could produce in the future? Both of you guys are actually a lot of like fashion shoes guys, right? So
I think for me, I'm just waiting for like an actual official light stick, or
yeah,
I'm waiting for whatever that thing at that puppet show to ever drop, whatever that is. They still haven't
Oh,
explained what
the
that is.
Tamagotchi
the
looking thing.
Yeah,
Tamagotchi.
whatever that is, that has to mean something, right? They just can't just show it and just not
Yeah, it was
talk
super
about it, right?
random.
Yeah, so we're expecting something to come out of that. But yeah, official light stick, you know, the one they showed for the showcase, the wristwatch. Yeah, that
There you
that
go.
was that was pretty cool. But I think that one was specifically made for the showcase because the
Mhm.
whole like Bluetooth function and
Yeah,
everything within that, the way it was set up, like the stuff light up, like whenever the girls were singing or like per certain parts of the song, it just changes colors on its own.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to be the case for like the future concerts and the world tours and stuff. So they're probably going to come out with something.
I hope so.
Um,
I was hoping
as
they'd have
far as
the light sticks, like 2 of them, like Oshinoko, like the
Yeah.
little kids.
yeah.
I was hoping they'd have that, but we'll see.
Yeah, other than that, I can't really think of like any other merch because, I mean, clothes, it's pretty good quality. I
Yeah.
have to say.
Oh
Really
yeah,
good quality.
the hoodie we got and
The hoodie,
the joggers we got, super
joggers,
nice.
the long sleeve is pretty heavy too. Like,
Did
Oh,
y'all
is it? Yeah, I'm waiting for mine.
did
yeah,
y'all
up
get
until January.
the
February.
socks?
The socks, yeah, I got the socks.
The White Sox, yeah,
Okay. Are
I
they
haven't worn
good?
them yet.
You haven't
they're
worn them
good.
yet?
They're good.
They're good.
yeah.
I just haven't worn them yet.
Yeah, I've worn them just to try them out, but never out.
Yeah.
Not yet.
yeah.
Interesting.
But they're super nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool. That's cool. For me, I want a bandana. I want a
Mm.
bandana. I want
Ooh,
like
that'd be dope.
colored bandanas for each member where like if you like roll it up and like tie it, it has their name like right here.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Oh,
can,
that's
if you're like
smart.
a
Hey,
fan,
go-
it's like it says like
Go hit up Simon,
yellow
man.
and it's like chisa like right here, or like XG it's like black with like
That's
the
dope.
silver.
And that would save money because you don't have to buy 7 different.
I mean, you
bandanas.
could, but it'll be cheap. hopefully. Simon, please, don't make it like 70 plus like $300 shipping or something.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, their items are not priced bad. It's just that shipping kills.
It's the
you.
shipping. It's
Shipping
the shipping.
kills you because it comes straight from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for us. Like if they had like a US like place where they like distribute it from, it would be much better. But
Oh yeah.
literally that's the only reason I bought so much this last go around, is because like if I don't buy it all now, the shipping is gonna kill
Yeah,
me if
it'll
I
add
ever
up.
try again.
Yeah.
It'll be more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even know what to expect because they just come out with random stuff.
The
I mean, at
the
first they
tails.
come in, tails, a frisbee, a bouncy ball. You know,
Bouncy-
like I have the bouncy balls. I probably
Yo.
used it like once or twice, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all got like the towels, like
the
um,
towels,
mine
beach
fell
towel.
off.
I got the
Yeah.
beach towel. Still haven't opened it yet. I pulled this out today. I'm surprised it's not like got the little wrinkled things in here still.
Oh, just out of the packaging.
Yeah, I'll
now?
just try the packaging.
Oh,
When
dang.
when we decided to all wear them together, I was
we
like,
did?
oh shit.
I didn't know. I thought we were just wearing this. Like,
Oh
a
yeah,
coincidence.
just coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't wake up with this shirt on.
Yeah, I wore this to work today.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're gonna have like the next product 3. We're gonna have like those toothbrushes. Like when you use it plays the music. Of
It's like
XD.
puppet show.
Left, right, left. Right,
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be dope, bro.
Oh, it would be.
I mean, might as well.
yeah.
mhm. Yeah, they can just do anything, and they can just come out with anything at this point, and we'll still buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been proven.
It's been proven.
Yeah.
They know the target audience, and they know how much.
They're
Money
probably
would
gonna
be
keep it in
spent.
Japan because they'll know we'll buy more stuff if it's still in Japan.
What I was actually hoping they would come out with was like a way to buy like a physical copy of Winter Without You.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to have something like that.
For
That's like the only thing that hasn't dropped
yeah.
from their song.
I think if they re-release some of the vinyls, I'd buy them, or like because it's only Tippy Toe that's a vinyl, right? There's no
Mhm.
like Shooting Star, but if they like did other ones, I'd buy those.
That'd be
Like,
dope.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Last thing, we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Get ready. Get ready.
It's gonna be a disaster. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
these questions, it's trivia.
I don't believe you, bro. You saying it's gonna be easy? I don't believe you. man.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be easy. Trust me. It's good. The first podcast, it's got to be easy, man. We can't pull out like the hard stuff too early.
The man's gonna ask, what was Jurin wearing in the episode 2 3 meals
question
on this time
number
zone?
1: who is a snowboarder and no, I'm just kidding. All right. So if you know the answer, which trust me, you will, just say your name. So Nick, say Nick. AJ, say AJ.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Question number 1: who is part of Team C?
Nick.
Okay, Nick.
Maya, Chisa, Juria.
Oh yeah, correct.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, Nick's on the board, 1 point.
Oh, we're keeping count.
Yeah. Well, I got
Oh, we
5
can count.
questions.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
I got 5 questions. This is competition. It's AJ versus
no.
all the guests.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right. Question number 2. How many of the current members were born in Osaka?
AJ,
AJ?
Juria, and Chisa.
Yep. Yeah, got it right. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, Osaka sisters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 3. Y'all should know this. We kind of alluded to it earlier. Who was rumored to be a YG trainee?
I'll let you have that.
Oh, it's definitely Juria. No, it's Hinata.
Yeah. All right. So we got 2-1. Got 2 questions left. Anyone's
Okay.
game still. All right.
Uh-oh.
Question number 4. How long did XG train for?
Oh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Like,
Oh.
this is like
Ooh.
a trick question, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Is
no,
it like,
go with the most accepted answer. Like, don't just like
Like,
overthink.
All right.
it.
I'll just say it's 5 years.
I was gonna say 5 years also.
Okay. All right. So that goes to AJ. So it's tied up.
Uh-oh.
Tied up.
All right.
It's tied
What's
up.
this
Give us the
last
hardest
All right.
question. Let's go.
Last question, and this one's a heartbreaker. I'm so sorry.
What?
Who was the original leader of XG?
AJ.
AJ?
It is Kamiya Ari.
Yeah, you got
one?
it.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ, 3-2, winner.
Oh man.
Yep.
All right.
I'll get you next time.
Yeah.
Just
First
wait for my
ever.
trivia questions, by the way.
Yeah. So first ever trivia goes to AJ on episode 1. Let's wrap this thing up. Bring it all together. Nick, first guest on this show. You want to shout out your socials and tell us where we can find you?
All right, yeah. I'm gonna turn to the camera this time because I've been looking at this.
Now your
Yeah,
reaction setup.
yeah, I'm super happy, super honored to be the first guest on this Alphazondeck podcast. I love it. Great time with the dudes. If you guys want to see more of me, I'll definitely be on YouTube at Nick Dano. Twitter is same Nick Dano. IG don't really use it, but you can follow me there as well. It's _ Nick Dano. What else? TikTok is also Nick Dano, so pretty simple. You'll find me everywhere as Nick Dano. So
It's Dano.
you'll see me.
It's Dano.
Nick Dano.
Dano. It's not Nicky Boy.
Ooh, that was very
That's-
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Nicky Boy was. I had to retire from that name. It sounds super young, in my opinion. So leveling it up to Nick Dano. Sound more professional.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Blitz, you got a shout out for yourself?
Yeah. You'll start to see me in other people's platforms. I'm just gonna be everywhere where I can support, XG. So anything that has a community, I would love to be a part of, whether it's gonna be over here in the States or in Japan or Korea. I'll try my best to be part of it. Personally, you can just follow me on all socials. It's mainly Blitzky _, or you can find me on Twitch too. I do stream games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not stuff that's not actually related, but I do play XG in the background too.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
counts.
You'll catch
twitch.tv/Blitzky.
me in chat just being an idiot. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well, don't be like a Deno. You're gonna get some gifts banned or removed.
yeah. And for the viewers who are watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for having us to be a part of your first episode. And if you want to communicate with all of us, we're all part of a community over at Original Alphas. You can look it up on the socials, or I think he'll post it somewhere in the YouTube. But we're mainly on the Discord. We're all chatting up there, saying some random stuff, a lot of memes coming out of it. A lot of great people. We're a growing community, and we just love to do stuff for XG for the most part.
Yeah.
So you'll mainly find us over there. So
all right,
just come on in. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Very
all right.
welcoming.
Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Blitz, for being a great co-host. Nick for joining. That's it for this episode. Thank you all for joining. If you have anything you want to discuss, talk about it in the comments down below. Give me that like. And
Or else.
hit that notification bell. You got
Yeah.
algorithm now. I don't
Yeah,
do
the
that with my
algo.
reaction videos, but like you gotta do that now.
Also, let us know who you want to see next too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I got a couple people lined up, so never know. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Simon?
If only that dude's like impossible. Nick, you could have hooked us up.
I'm kidding.
Sorry. Next time.
All right.
Episode 80.
Yeah, episode 80. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it
First
up.
episode of Alphaz on Deck. Congrats, man.
See ya.
See ya.